Folks, I'm so glad to be in New York City tonight. I would not want to be in Washington, D.C., because our nation's capital is in chaos. All because of House Majority Leader and guy at work cornering you with his daughter's Girl Scout cookies, Kevin McCarthy. This guy was supposed to replace John Boehner as the Speaker of the House. It was a lock. But yesterday, he shocked the GOP by dropping out of the race. The decision left everyone at a loss for words, especially him.
I think we're only going to be stronger. We fought hard to win this majority and turn this country around. And this will be our best footstep for... Yeah, I messed up.
Don't leave! I'm just getting to know you. I was just learning your beautiful bird-like language. We had so many years together. He looks like me without the dye job. Isn't that incredible? Man, he looks so happy. Look how happy he is. Jimmy, can we see what Boehner was like at his announcement when he was retiring?
My, oh my, what a wonderful day.
There is just something about not being Speaker of the House that puts a smile on your face. So here we are. The top two Republican leaders have walked away from the second most powerful office in America. It raises the troubling question, is the House even governable? To which McCarthy himself responded, I don't know. Sometimes you have to hit rock bottom. I want to point out that's usually what you say to addicts. What are they smoking in there? Are they freebasing anger? I know they've been high on the white stuff themselves for a long time. You cannot tell us apart. Why am I mocking them? And the people hitting the rage pipe the hardest are 40 guys who call themselves the House Freedom Caucus, and they have a simple goal.
They're going to shut down the entire Congress and threaten to shut down the entire country if they don't get 100% of what they want.
Pretty much everything John Boehner tried to do that would even kind of hint at a compromise with the White House, these 35 or 40 would automatically vote against it.
There are people who are interested in governing, and there are people who are interested in grandstanding, and they're happy to watch it burn it all down.
Some men just want to watch the world burn.
Okay, I'm sorry. That's not entirely fair. That last clip was actually referring to the Joker and not the Freedom Caucus, though this is their plan for Obamacare. And so serious. And whoever ends up as Speaker will have the crippling honor to deal with these guys. I'm sure someone is jumping up the opportunity. Let's just ask Congressman Trey Gowdy.
You want the job?
No. Does anybody? We'll find out.
Okay, as 3 down, 432 to go. But there could be a Republican hero waiting in the wings.
All eyes are on one man named Paul Ryan.
The outgoing Speaker, John Boehner, and other Republicans are scrambling, trying to convince former vice presidential candidate Paul Ryan to run for the job.
Paul Ryan is the perfect choice for Speaker, except for just one drawback. He doesn't want the job. Why not? Well, as one of his friends told reporters, because he's not a moron. Oh, thank God. Well, if that's the standard, then Congress is loaded with qualified candidates. This is an unprecedented situation. Right now, Washington is crawling with calculating politicians making backroom deals to not be in power. It's like House of Cards in reverse. Oh, hello there. You know, my daddy used to say in politics, sometimes you gotta hide in the corner and hope nobody hears you fart. Now, with everybody running around like bullfrogs full of firecrackers trying to figure out who will claim the seat of power, I call not me. In fact, I'd hate to hear my name somehow mentioned as frontrunner because it would be a shame if I had to push myself in front of a train. Because that would be better than being Speaker of the House. And because no one in the House wants to do it, some really unusual names have come up. This is true. People have floated Newt Gingrich, Mitt Romney, and 92-year-old Bob Dole. And these would be perfectly legal choices because there is nothing in the Constitution that says the Speaker must be an elected member of the House. Folks, we've faced this crisis before when we realized there was nothing in the rule book that says that a dog can't play basketball. Which means soon we could be just 2 heartbeats away from Air Force Bud.